So I started my own company because I did not want to follow the path that was given to me, but I wanted to create my own by pursuing my own dreams and goals. There is no one formula that works for everybody. I think we all climb the ladder differently, and how I achieve my success will be different from everybody else, and it will ultimately be my story and what makes me stand out from the rest. I am creating my own path, and how I do this will be unique to me. I am not following a script that was handed over to me by the people that brought me up or the world, but I am creating my own path and ultimately just simply following my own dreams, making my own choices, following my own passion, and ultimately just creating my own experiences. So for those that don't know me yet, that is, I am Pumelele Kunene. I am a photographer. Well, that's what most people know me to be. I am also a filmmaker, director, producer, artist. I am a businesswoman. I am the executive creative director for Still Imagery, which I founded in 2015. So Still Imagery is my one-person business. This setup has always worked for me because it allows me to control what I do and how I do it. I also get to decide who I preferably would like to work with, and this has always made more sense to me. Business for me is how I get to create my own lifestyle. So I got into this line of business because I wanted to provide for myself, but also to set up my life in a way that works for me, in a way that caters for my needs. So I always knew that I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom and be a creative full-time. So I find that this business and this industry that I'm in allows me to do that. It also allows me to work solo because I can complete most of my projects by myself. And I've always known that I wanted to homeschool my son from day one. So I needed to go into a business that is in line with that and can help me be a stay-at-home mom and also to do my art full-time. And these two things require my undivided attention to be fruitful. So I always knew having a full-time job or a business that requires a lot of my time was always going to take away from the things that are important to me. So I found that what I'm doing now is actually what is allowing me to live the life that I want to live, and it's catering for my needs. I am able to set up my life in a manner that works for both me and my child, and everything that I do that is a part of it. So my initial goal was not just to make money, but to live life in a way that works for me and to cater for my needs and the life that I want to create for myself and my family. So I get to have location freedom, time freedom, and financial freedom. So my business is evolving with me. I started off as just a photographer, and then over time more was required from me. Like for instance, I'd get a client that would want both photos and videos, and so I stacked up my skills and I decided to study TV and film production. And once I gained that knowledge, I started offering those services to other businesses that were in need of them. And I found that that also helped me to gain experience in advertising and digital marketing. And as well, from running my own business, I have developed skills in sales, marketing, business development, and brand building. So I'm more than just what I started off with. My value is increasing with time and experience. So you also get to find that as a solopreneur, you have to take on all the roles in your business. and you can specialize in one thing but also be a jack of all trades. And this actually gets to work to your advantage, because overall you are able to explore different things, and what it does is this helps you have a greater understanding. We are living in the digital world now. Most things are done digitally. And so what happens is most businesses are trying to navigate their way into that now, slowly but surely. Some of them fully, some of them don't really understand its importance or how to navigate through that world. So I come and implement digital solutions for big customer problems in various businesses, for various projects, different projects depending on what problem the business is trying to solve. So it's all in line with brand building and leveraging on the digital economy, which is something that I've got to understand from doing it for my own personal brand. I have a personal brand, and because I work as a creative, most of what I am capable of doing needs to be shown. I can't just speak about it, but I need to demonstrate my abilities. So what I did is then I started a personal brand which informs you of my capabilities, but also informs you of my company culture and how I work and how I do things, how my philosophy as well. And what happens is when people or various brands get to understand me through my content and the value that I'm putting out there through education and just me demonstrating my skills through the brand that I've built digitally, people now are able to understand what I'm capable of and what skills I possess. So then if they are in need of me, they are able to reach out to me so we can work together. From building my own personal brand, I solved my own problems, and then I got into business to then solve problems that I solved for myself for other businesses that were experiencing the same thing. So personal growth is solving your own problems, and business is solving other people's problems. So what I've found from building a personal brand is that it can expose you to fixing problems that can help you build character that is needed to reach different levels and reach different highs. So when you understand yourself like that, you understand which character needs to come forth to be able to play its role when needed, and when you are tackling different things in regards to how you conduct business. Like, as for me, I understand myself well enough to understand that I have control issues. I was exposed to that through my cousin, because when you live alone, you just get to control everything. But then when someone else lives with you in the same space, then you get to see things that you weren't really aware of, or that were quite normal for you when you're doing them by yourself, because no one's there to actually tell you what not to do. So you get to find that. So I got to find that certain parts of my character get to affect other people negatively, and once I got to understand that, I understood that that character of myself has helped me get to where I am, and it actually works for me, because really I am put in positions where I need to control things, So in business, I get to let that part of myself play its part, because of the roles that I get to take on. I'm very, I get to get into leadership roles in most of the things that I work on. And considering the fact that I am leading myself since I work by myself, and so I get to control a lot of things, I get to control everything most of the time. And so I've found that instead of letting that character flaw come out negatively, I am able to express it through my business, because my business requires me to do that. It requires me to take control, and now I'm able to give that part of myself full expression, for the greater good. And because I am aware of how it might affect other people, I am also able to hold back a bit when I'm coming on too aggressive, because maybe the environment or the role that I'm taking on requires me to do that. But because I am aware of how it affects other people, I am also, aware of when to tone it down and when I need to express it a bit more so that things go the way in which they need to go. Certain projects can be completed successfully because they need a leader that is able to demonstrate that character. So, I find that business can be very spiritual. Business is very personal to me. And that's how I think about it. That's how I operate around it. And that is how I find that it's able to make me more self-aware, and it's helped me to self-actualize. And the fact that these things are happening simultaneously, I'm growing personally and my business is growing with me, I find it fulfills me very, very much. So I think business is extremely spiritual because, in a sense that I don't think spirituality is just about love and light. It's about darkness. It's about your fears, facing your fears. It's about facing difficult times. It's not just about running away from the difficulty of the world and having to think of it in just about being purely happy or anything in that sense, but it's about understanding how to navigate through the difficult times and still keeping good composure, not allowing certain things to change your integrity, and also just helping you understand how you relate to other people and relate to difficult times and difficult things. So I find that it's a vessel that helps me grow spiritually and helps me grow personally in various different ways. So in a nutshell, that is my one-person business model and how I am navigating around solopreneurship. I hope you enjoyed this video, and this is still Imagery. I am signing off. I will see you on the next video.